Hello, and welcome to another anynode tutorial. We invite you to sit back, relax, and watch as we share with you how our anynode software SBC works with Microsoft Active Directory utilizing our LDAP integration feature. Using our LDAP Wizard, anynode can easily access data in the Microsoft Active Directory. As all user data is managed within Active Directory, no updates to anynode are needed if users are added or deleted, or if a user record is modified. Now let's have a closer look on how this can be done.
In this example, we have already configured anynode with two zip nodes, a Microsoft Skype for Business node and a Voice over IP provider node. Both nodes are connected to each other in anynode's routing table. All calls arriving from the Voice over IP provider with the correct number prefix will be sent to the Microsoft Skype for Business server. All calls originating from the Microsoft Skype for Business server will be sent to the Voice over IP provider. Now we want to add a PBX that is enabled for Voice over IP to our anynode configuration. Then we will configure anynode so that all calls intended for Skype for Business users in the company are routed to the Skype for Business server, and all calls intended for non-Skype for Business users will be routed to the PBX. To set up this routing more easily, we need access to the Microsoft Active Directory user database. We select Objects and Add Dial String Directory. The Dial String Directory Assistant opens, which prompts for the directory to be used. In this case, we want to use LDAP to access Active Directory. We have not yet configured a connector, so we click on Configure. Here, anynode has already checked the network for any instances of Active Directory. This discovery feature has found an Active Directory. We now enter the credentials for a user who has access rights to Active Directory. Now we determine whether the access to Active Directory should be encrypted. By default, TLS encryption is enabled after the connection is established. The certificate is retrieved automatically, simplifying this process. We can test the connection here. The name is entered automatically, however, that is configurable. Next, anynode accesses Active Directory, discovers Skype for Business specific entries in Active Directory, and selects the template Skype for Business. We choose Next. We can assign a name, in this case LDAP Skype for Business. Now we are finished and we are ready to create our other node. Using Objects, we go to Add Node. Here we select our other PBX system from the list of pre-configured system profiles. But for this video, we choose Other VoIP System as our PBX does not appear in this list. In the Select Existing Network Controller dialog, we use the same as the Skype for Business controller. We accept the entries for the ports and also the settings in zip interconnection with direct zip trunking. At Remote Zip Domain, we enter an IP address. At Local Zip Domain, we do not need an entry. Same for as network peer whitelist, manipulation and routing domains. We remove the square brackets in the freely selectable name. Now we have 3 nodes, and it's time to tie them together in the routing. First, we take the top entry and execute a clone function. Now we have 2 identical routes. Double-clicking on the filter opens the filter wizard, and we select lookup directories and destination dial string, where we select the LDAP directory. We can leave out the already registered prefix for the destination dial string and set the match type to match always. The diversion numbers don't need any entries. It does not matter which sources are used at the source nodes in this example. In the routes overview, we see that it does not matter which source nodes are used. It is important that the dialed number is in Active Directory in the database for Skype for Business users. Then the call is routed to the Skype for Business node. Now we will configure the route we cloned earlier. We want those calls to go to the PBX, not Skype for Business. Again, the source node is not relevant. We leave the prefix as is. In lookup directory, no entry is needed. Now we configure anynodes so these calls go to the other VoIP system. The name is set automatically by the wizard. No matter where the call is coming from, as long as the prefix is correct, it will be routed to the other voice over IP system. Now we finish up our configuration. The other calls should be directed to the voice over IP provider. Calls are from the other VoIP system are to go to the provider. So all calls that come from the other VoIP system and does not match with the top 2 entries will be sent to the voice over IP provider. Here one should not use all nodes, so you can't misroute calls from voice over IP provider to voice over IP provider. The configuration is now done. With anynode's monitor mode, we can check the applied nodes. We see the 3 nodes and the LDAP connections. As there was no traffic yet, nothing is cached, and also the search count is 0.
We hope you will check us out at www.anynode.de, and please contact us if you're interested in a trial at sales@te-systems.de. We thank you very much for watching.